I'm making this video in case somebody needs this. We're all going through so much right now energetically. So I want to share my experience of what I've been going through to help you guys out. I'm sure a lot of you are feeling very emotional, triggered, a lot of ups and downs, feeling like really good and then feeling like really low. And I'm sure that you guys are also feeling a lot of like traumatic, like a lot of your trauma just coming to surface right now. All of these things are happening for you to become aware of all of the baggage that you're holding on to, that you've been holding on to your whole life. I'm talking about like the traumatic wounds that you held on to as a little kid. So I'm going to explain my examples. Hopefully it'll help you out. Here's a little story time. So my son is 3 years old. We just took him yesterday for his very first haircut ever. And yes, I said he is 3 years old, which means that I've been thinking about this moment for a very, very, very long time. It's a big moment for me. You know, that first haircut where you like get the snips of hair and the certificate and whatever. It's just like, it's very important to moms, at least to this mom, me, hello. So anyways, as we're doing this process, I obviously wanted to get pictures and I obviously wanted to record it. So I did. And the lady was so nice and she let my husband cut off a strand, me cut off a strand, and even my parents who were there to cut off a strand. Super great moment. Now I'm the one that was thoughtful that I wanted to record everybody. So I recorded my husband, got a close up of him cutting the hair, whatever, and did that for my mom and dad. And when it was my turn to cut the hair, obviously I can't really record myself and be in the moment. So I handed my phone to my husband so he could just point it at me and record. And guess what happened? As soon as it was my turn, he pressed the button to record, but he actually stopped the recording. So totally missed my moment. And I had no idea while I was there. I had no idea because he handed me back the phone and I'm like, okay. And it was already recording when he handed me back the phone. So I was like, oh yeah, he kept the recording going. So let me just continue. Like I just wanted to get one seamless video of all of us cutting his hair, right? That's all I wanted to do. Lo and behold, when I go to look at nighttime or whatever in the evening, it says mommy's turn. Video cuts off and I'm panic. Start looking through. I don't have another video. My parents don't have it. Nobody has a video. There's no record of me being there because I was the camera person to my son's haircutting thing. This might not sound like a big deal to everybody, but this is where I'm getting at. Now, it's not about the haircut. It's not about the video. It's not about any of this. What it's about is the emotions that it triggered in me. Pay attention. So the emotions that it triggered in me was nobody cares about me. I'm not like good enough for people to care about. Oh, like nobody cared enough to make sure that like I also got my moment, just like I cared enough to make sure everybody else got their moment. Do you understand where I'm going with this? It could have been any situation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was a haircut, if it was something at a store, or like, it doesn't matter. The underlying emotion is that I have been holding on to this trauma since I was young. Now let me tell you, this is embarrassing for me, but I cried for an hour and a half. Now, everybody told me I was overreacting, right? Which is true. But that hour and a half of crying was so needed and necessary for me to release these feelings that I've been carrying that I forgot about for like 30 years, because it's not true. People do care about me. I care about me. God cares about me. Universe cares about me. I do have people that care about me, but that's not the point. Is that this trauma, this traumatic event, this traumatic emotions, you know, it wasn't the event that was traumatic. It was the inner feelings that I was feeling felt traumatic because I had been holding on to this for over 30 years. So it makes sense that if you're releasing trauma and baggage that you've been carrying for like years, 30 years, 20 years, whatever, you would expect that you would cry for an hour and a half to release that. I would expect that I would cry for 3 hours to release like 30 years of holding on to this heavy baggage and emotions. And I realized that, I'm actually really happy that that happened. I'm so happy that that happened, because that is the last time that that is happening. Pay attention. That is the last time that that is happening. And I got to release it, let it go, become aware that I was still holding on to this baggage, this lie. I've been harboring and holding on to this lie that I've been tucked down deep inside of me. That's not true, but I didn't even know that it was there still. I didn't even know that it was still there. And this event had to have happened. Anyways, this event had to happen because it was very important for me. And by this happening, this is how I realized that I have this. I got awareness of it, and then I can let it go and release it from my body. So I just want you to be brave and know that everything is happening for your highest and greatest good. And if you're feeling these it is intense. Let me tell you, it is intense. These emotions, these like negative, traumatic, whatever, these like, they're heavy. It's a lot. Okay. And I just want you to know, just you got this. Just feel it all, cry as much as you have to, release it, scream, yell, whatever you have to do to like let it go, and just be aware that this is coming up for your highest and greatest good, so you can release it, so you can clear it, and you can move on from it, because we are moving into the fifth dimension, and all these feelings and this trauma and this heavy baggage that we've been carrying has got to be released, and we've got to let it go. So that's my story that I'm sharing with all of you. And again, other people are not going to understand what's going on with you. They're probably going to say, oh, you're crazy, you're too much, this is over. They don't understand. And it's not about them, and they're not supposed to understand. And don't get mad at the person or the event itself. Now I have immense gratitude for that situation that I thought was like the worst thing ever. But moms get it. But like, yeah, so just, that's all. Love you guys.